Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Stellaris, Commonwealth of Man. Hopefully it's exciting anyway, and hopefully you can hear me better. I didn't bother doing a sound check because I thought everything would be okay, and lo and behold, I think things were a little quieter on my end than certainly I want it to be. So hopefully now you guys can hear me much more clearly, and yet still hear the game, including the wonderful music. Because this game has one kick-ass soundtrack that I'm a pretty big fan of. Anyway, where we last left off, we basically got started with the Commonwealth of Man, and unfortunately, thanks to some cultists requiring us to build up quite the fleet, and critically replacing losses in the fleet. Like, you know, each fight we'd lose 2 corvettes, so that's, 200 plus minerals. We gotta go and replace. That's 200 plus minerals that we're not, throwing into things like colonizing, hence just landing on Durkheim over here after roughly an hour. So that's not good, but that's okay. We'll make a comeback. I'm sure of it. So, we got our research going, and I've been mulling over whether we should go after the fleet now or build up, and taking a look at things. Like, I'm thinking we can probably hold out. Man, that's going to be forever. Okay, let's send the fleet over here to at least scout it out, right? Because we got 12 corvettes, 3 of them being the glorious raiders with their level 4 lasers and disruptors, and much better shields. So we might have a bit of an advantage. Let's kick it up to speed 2. We don't necessarily need to go with speed 3 while we're heading out to this unknown system trying to find the cultist leadership. And hopefully, like I say, hopefully our fleet's able to do what it needs to do. In the meantime, I don't need the construction ship at the moment. Take a look at that insignificant moon. Things are going. It looks like we could boost our energy production, but really what we need to do is get our minerals going. Now, we're working on the Reptilian stone. Do we have the mineral thing? We don't, so I'm only going to upgrade... Well, actually, let's cancel that, because if we're going to upgrade any mine, it should be the one that's producing more. Although it doesn't really matter. In my head, it makes more sense to get the more productive mine, the better technology. Right? Yeah. One of the many moons circling Varity 2 has a terminal orbit. It will soon collide with the gas giant in what is sure to become a massive impact event. But we'd best make sure we see that. You have enough training, right, Dr. Baldwin, Dr. Captain? The birth of the space piracy. Naval intelligence has reported several attacks on civilian shipping. I don't want... Oh! Well, yeah, get the hell out of there. Crap, okay. Well, let's... Where's the fleet? We gotta get the fleet back here. But at least we know where the pirates are. We may lose that scientist. Oh no, the pirate fleets are already heading for Biome. Yeah, that does make sense. Oh... Shoot. Well, I guess we're going to do this in reverse order. You should probably... Well, let's see. Can we make it there before they do? We'll get close. We'll be a couple of jumps away. Where is my constructor ship? In, absolutely the wrong location. So you're just moving now. Cancel that order. We'll get those minerals back, so that's good. We could dump those into maybe a little bit safer mineral production. May not be a bad idea. Although, well, would it be better? Well, that's not going away, is it? 667 days left. I don't think it's going to take us 2 years to take care of these pirates, but let's go for their base first. Why not? Then they won't have any place to go back to. Retreat. Then we can finish off taking a look at that moon. as it crashes. And if we head over here, I think our stations have some kind of defensive capabilities, don't they? No, mining stations do not. Well, that's fine. That's a little bit of losses we're going to have to take. I'll accept that. But I think it's important to get this done. Mainly because I want to. And we have to take care of these pirates sooner than later, because otherwise they're just going to be an annoyance. And we'll get some pirate loot from being able to effectively take care of them. And I mean, our fleet, it's doing a good job against, you know, laser-based weapon systems. And I'm fairly confident that's exactly what the cultists are going to be rolling with, so... Okay, let's head over here. Now where are you going? You've got no orders. So we're going to follow you. And again, just want to point out, it's looking a little UN-y in the, yeah, that'll be fine. It's looking a little UN-y, those pirates, and the cultists in their uniforms. So, I mean, I don't want to necessarily call out the United Nations of Earth and say, why are you attacking, you know, your most successful colony? Underhandedly attacking us as well. So, well, I think the Confederation of Volta here,
Tactical retreat.
they're not... Where are you going? What are you doing? You just want to blow up a construction ship? Get out of there. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just coming after my construction ship. And you're going to Irani, which means going into Stenlar, which is hopefully not where my construction ship is going. I don't know why they'd be going to Irani.
Tactical retreat.
Other than to annoy me and cause my science ship to flee. I guess they didn't get the news about the pirate base that got destroyed there, did they? We got plenty of time for the debris on that. Okay, good. So, you know what? Don't just take that and just go over here.
Construction complete.
We don't necessarily want to get you involved in the fighting. You can't even research anything while fighting is going on. That's okay. We'll take care of those guys. Lovely. And now you can, yet again, research all projects there and survey the system. Our fleet is looking okay. It needs to head back to base for some repairs. And, you know what? We might as well queue up a couple more corvettes to help them deal with that. And then I'm going to feel fairly confident with our fleet strength to go after the last of the cultists, provided these guys don't throw down a second frontier outpost and screw over our ability to get to the Monboss system. If they do that, that's, first off, kind of rude. Why would you do that? And secondly, you know, I mean, then it's clear who we'd be going to war with. We'd be going to war with these guys. And thankfully, yeah, the humans, they're looking receptive, aren't they? They're like, oh, we'd be interested in closer relations. And it's like, I don't think so, UN. We'll have to see how the rest of everything plays out, but there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Definitely need some more research going on as well. In fact, yeah, go there, because I think engineering will be better than biology. It's not a knock against biology. It's a perfectly fine scientific discipline. We'll go over there, over there, over there, over there, over there, and over there, even if biology is a little bit gross at times. But that's life. Life's a little bit gross at times, so, you know, are we done repairing? Almost. Oh, good. We were successful in the attempt to record the collision between Eri 2 and its moon. That's lovely. Must have been one hell of a show. And yeah, let's get the fleet moving. And then we can start concentrating on building up our colonies. I mean, I realize we only have one colony at the moment. I haven't built anything here. Patience, please. Where?
Recon research vessel. Under
Oh!
attack.
Yeah, well, Dr. Captain Kearns, it's been a pleasure.
Research vessel destroyed.
Needless to say, it's gonna be a while before we get into the hiking sector there. That's fine. You know, that'll be just fine. I don't necessarily know that we need to replace that second science ship, though. Like, for now, I think we'll be okay with one. That'll probably change, but, you know, that's okay. No, I don't need Durkheim or to close the fleets. I just want to open up the windows. We're researching that nicely, so that's good. All the things in the Uri system. I'm sure I've said that like 6 different ways by now. That's okay. We'll continue building those mining stations because getting some energy up would be good. Although in the
Alex,
quick turn we could, you know, upgrade some of our physical power plants on Unity. I don't think that's necessarily needed at the moment. How big of a system are you? Might wind up canceling that, postponing the survey of that system, just so we can get to Monboth and research anything that might be there. You got your science ship going out to Menkar. I don't know where oh, there, Menkar. Of course I know where Menkar is. And come on. So you have found us at last. No matter. My disciples and I are more than willing to give their lives for the future of the human species. I am that future, in case you didn't realize. When we have dealt with your pitiful forces, my holy flagship shall carry me to Unity, where we will at last cleanse our homeworld of unbelievers. I don't know about that. 393? With lasers? Bring it.
Alex, vivisected.
Let's do this, cultists. Now, if I remember correctly, I think eventually we're going to need a transport with military personnel on it. And while we're doing that, let's just make sure that this thing is as updated as it can be. So we'll auto-complete that sucker. We don't even need to worry about anything other than... I can't just... It doesn't matter. But there we go. Our corvettes are sort of melting, but I think the raiders will definitely help us out there. Let's see, what do we want here? Ooh, particle lances. I mean, it would only take 223 months to research, so I feel like that's probably a good idea. No. Point defense would actually probably be a good idea, especially considering, you know, the possibility of encountering missile ships. Although the Dawn of Creation, of course, is currently our only target that has missiles. Our forces have managed to disable the flagship of the true path. Its weapons and engines are no longer functional, but life support systems remain stable. We should prepare for boarding action. Due to the large number of armed cultists within the ship, a significant number of troops will be necessary to secure it. The ship will indeed be ours. Now, I don't think we've got enough so that transport... Where my armies at? They're not here yet, but they will be soon. Lovely. Okay. Let's embark our first transport fleet, send them over here. And then, what's our science ship doing right now? You cancel, you finish off the survey of that system, then come over here, research projects, and why not survey it? Right, because the cultist flagship, while still listed as an enemy combatant, is disabled, even though the shields are coming back online, and we still can't take a look at what's in there, but that's okay because we'll get it soon enough. And I'll leave the fleet there for now just to, like, you know, safeguard the boarding action, what have you. Yeah, check that out. Why not? We're almost ready to update or upgrade the colony on Durkheim, and then we can start building things. Whether it's good or not to, like, wait. Like, I'd love to put down a Ethereum plant, but we can't. And then, you know, over here I'm going to want the mineral processing facility. And then if I decide to build a mine here, it's 30. But once I upgrade that, it'll be another 30. And it's just like, you know, I'll just wait. I'll leave people sort of quote-unquote not working on Durkheim until we got enough people to make it a real city. The science ship CNS Zephyr came up short with regards to its original mission of investigating possible activity on the frozen surface of Orion 4A. There's seemingly nothing of note but ice and rock. However, Science Officer Mary Baldwin, a self-proclaimed gourmet chef and history buff, claims to have made an important discovery. A chemical compound found in the surface ice layers in several regions of Orion 4A is allegedly, supposedly, closely related to human stellar salt, an ingredient integral to many traditional human dishes and thought extinct on Unity. It has long been speculated that human stellar salt was never native to our homeworld, but was brought to the surface by some meteorite impacts in the distant past. The science officer's discovery on Orion 4A leads some credence to this theory, though Mary Baldwin leans heavily on properties described in ancient cookbooks predating modern chemistry to prove the saline connection. Whether the salt analyzed and synthesized actually tastes like the human stellar salt of old is ultimately of little consequence. Just the idea of traditional foods now possessing more historically accurate flavor profiles is bound to stimulate both the human economy and palate. What are you doing? It's like just out of range there, UN, and I'm not happy. I realize I've left things probably longer than they should have, and we should have snagged Edlamar 3 as fast as we possibly can. But come on! And they've entered into a non-aggression pact with them, so that means, to make things clear, humans, I'm unimpressed. I'm unimpressed with this entire situation. I can't wait to get my battleship and to knock out the frontier outpost in Vum. And it's going to take us a little while to get ourselves in a situation where we can actually fight back. Yeah, that's fine. Great. And they're in a defensive alliance. I should have seen that coming, but it was probably coming regardless. The Noble Privileged Vanguard, yet another faction. So, you know, we got a bunch of those going. Thankfully, none of them are mad enough to cause us to lose influence at the moment. So that's good. Are you almost done? I'm going to drop you right here and plop down a frontier outpost as soon as we can. It's going to take us a little while to get to the 500 minerals necessary. Are we... Oh, our food production is not good. Okay, well, we can fix that. Don't really need anybody on the Ethereum stone at the moment. That'll help growth a little quicker. There's not much we can do back home to encourage growth, but that's fine. 77? How many? I thought it was 200.
Construction complete.
Entered into a migration treaty. I think declaring the United Nations of Earth as our rival has caused these two nations to grow together. So that's annoying. But still, at this stage, with our built-up starports that we can't really use, so I mean at this stage, saying it twice, stop. After slowly fighting their way deck to deck, our Marines have finally eradicated the last pockets of resistance on the former flagship of the True Path. Few prisoners were taken, as most of the zealous cultists preferred to throw their lives away in futile suicide attacks. The cult's leader was found on the vessel's bridge, killed by her own hand. At long last, it looks like the True Path has met its end. Our engineers have restored power to the ship's engines, and it has been pressed into service with our fleet as the dawn of creation. The vessel should be brought to a spaceport as soon as possible for more permanent repairs. So let's take a look at this. Level 2 lasers and level 2 fusion missiles.
Foreign power is hailing us.
It's not exactly the world's strongest battleship, but it's definitely going to be better than most things that we will encounter. Greetings, I speak for Chief Executive Officer Lefris Hantond and the wealthy elite of the Swarf Manufacturing. We're always looking for new trading partners among the many diverse peoples. Yeah, so we'll just fight for our right to exist, and hopefully you don't like the humans that much. Oh, why? So if we attempt to make friends with the Swarfs, we might be able to pull this off. The whole spiritualist and slavery policy thing, though, is probably going to prevent that. That's fine. Let's get that together. We've got a proper flagship now that's really not that strong. But theoretically, it should be strong enough to take on... Let's get you landed over here as well. To at least take down this frontier outpost there. Now, why... If you're 300, wouldn't it just be better to wait? I don't think... Well, if we wait, they'll probably just colonize it. That's probably what's going to happen there. Let's unpause. Let's unpause. Let's get the fleet back. Are you in... You are, but it's like... So that would be 180 minerals for 4. I need to secure Edlamar. No question about it. So I think we're just going to have to wait to get our frontier outpost up, which sucks because right here is kind of a waste. But I don't necessarily know that waiting to get the 500 for a colony is a good idea either. Not to mention, we really need to fix our food situation as well. There's so much time has passed without us being able to expand. Because, and I'll take blame for it too, because of my poor play with the cultists. Oh, what the hell? No. Now, I know you guys are in a defensive backed. Oh, this is just fucking ridiculous. So, we know the Confederation of Volta is weaker than us. Do we have actual eyes on this thing? Like, how strong? We're in no position whatsoever. Food output 10%. Oh my god, that's going to take forever. Tile blocker, dense jungle. We have one dense jungle. Do we have any here? No. It's an absolute waste of time. Oh, that's so frustrating. Well, what are we? It's going to take forever for that. Supremacy will boost our border range by 20%, which I don't know if that'll grab Edlamar, but it'll at least start cutting into things. I don't necessarily want to spread this out either, and I also don't necessarily want supremacy, although the ship build speed and stuff is good. Right, because that's just half distance for frontier outposts. It's not going to improve the build time or anything like that. What are we going to do? These jerkwads have really just, like, blocked us in. And I want those two to hate each other. I'm not sure they will. We are so tiny. Oh, okay. Stick to the plan of expansion. And then just hope. Let's just hope. Well, I need the minerals. So we'll do that. And then as they grow, they'll fill out food. But yeah, we need to get to 500 so we can colonize this place. Do we have any maybe you guys, let's pause this, would be interested in a trade. Alright, so what are we looking there? Oh, really? Will you do 200 for... What am I doing this by individual numbers? Beautiful, okay. Thank you. That actually worked out pretty well, and I should have done that much sooner. Where do we want to slap you down? Here? If we put you there, you're only going to boost 2 things. Here it'll be 3 and 1 of each. Here it could be 3. Yeah, let's do it there. Abyssus. Sure, why not? Here's hoping we can get that colony ship going. And we'll look to do some more trades with the Swarf manufacturers at a later date, because that should really, a successful exchange like that caused no change in diplomatic relations? Come on. That's a little unbelievable. Have we researched? No. 13 months away. That's okay. And now, you know, we got a third planet out over here we can colonize, which is lovely with the Betherian stone and some good mineral sources and all these other things. So that'll be fine. In fact, taking a look at this planet, the Betherian stone there will probably just wind up making this a mineral planet, so we could do a mine and a refinery there with some farms. So that's good. Fekard 2 there will be a good third colony ship. So we're okay there. 202. Oh, we'd have to go all the way around there. Well, that'll change soon. Once Abyssus is officially our planet, we'll be good. And this should be coming along pretty quickly. And again, we can just do something like that. There we go. So that'll get that last one up. We can get that upgraded and then sort through Durkheim
Star system charted.
sooner. Yay! Okay, let's survey that and then you can come back this way. And we do have actually, you know what, Mary? Come back. I wish I could do this from the galaxy map. But research that and then come back. And research that. Yeah, that'll be good. Those jerk stores. We'll get you back. At least Edlamar wasn't taken. That's a positive. And yeah, you can come back and do those research projects, which will be good. We need those. Oh, and then yeah, then we can start focusing, growing on the west. We got a nice tropical world we can terraform at a later date. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to be focusing on mines and stuff. But that should be okay. Because really, once we get a decent size, that's all that really matters. And you gotta, well, I mean, you know, the UN's got 4 colonies. These guys still only have 3 and 2 frontier outposts. So we can get to parity on them once the series here actually sets up the colony of Abyssus. And we can get rolling on that, which will be good. We're 2 months away, so we can probably get you started over here on those mining stations. And then by the time we've got the research for the mineral processing facility, we should be set and ready to go with that. What else? What do we should probably get armor. Because, I mean, we'll research it fairly quickly. 150. Did one of the mods change? Like, I thought that was 120. Doesn't matter. We'll get it sorted. Ooh, Theta aliens. Very dark little ship there. I've no doubt they'll come check on us. Excellent. Okay, so we've snagged our 3rd colony, which is exactly what we wanted. A surface scan of Stenlar 1 has identified the remnants of an ancient installation. Guess what? Research that right away, because you're a 5-star doctor captain. Alright, so Durkheim will be ready once we get 200 more minerals. Jeez. Well, step 1 to that is getting the mineral processing plant up on Unity. Then we can worry about getting Durkheim, you know, people doing things there, people living properly there. That's all a future problem. And yeah, good. Our border, we're going to start pushing back. That's nice. And once we get, like, this is the crappy thing, right? We're about 10 years. That might even be incorrect, but we're about 10 years behind everyone else. But we do have a quote-unquote battleship, which isn't really a battleship, but, you know, large missiles and medium lasers, okay. Oh, the Enlightened Kingdom of Panasu! I speak on behalf of the Enlightened Kingdom of Panasu, and I have been authorized to bring you greetings. We will fight for our right to exist, you dirty spelfs. So, again, yeah, you know, fleet power roughly the same as us. So that's good. I feel like we'll probably wind up closing our borders to those guys. But let's see, geopolitically, how are you? You've got a research agreement with the humans and a non-aggression pact. So yeah, I have a feeling this is just going to wind up being another enemy for us. The archaeological expedition we sent to Stenlar 1 has returned. Very little remained of the First League research base. They were sent to investigate, but judging by its isolated location, we suspect that the research conducted there was of a dangerous nature, possibly involving dimensional travel or advanced bioweapons, which is 60 physics research for a little bit of speculation. It's really all that is. But that's okay. We're up to 15 minerals a month. That needs to be so much bigger. But I mean, we should be getting there. soon. Oh, that's so expensive. We're going to get some more minerals coming out of Obskyki. Yeah, Obskyki. Weird system name. And then a little bit more out of Hamcat, but I mean, you know, it's not the world's greatest mineral section. Even as we move further west, you know, like we got some systems that are going to be good, and we know hiking here because of all of the mining drones should be damn good. The problem, of course, is going to be getting there. So we'll just have to figure that one out. And we've got we've got an ancient survey marker in Inferno for another 4 minerals. That's exciting. Go ahead and build that. That'll be very, very helpful. And, I mean, I guess we could look to the Swarfs again. Yeah. The United Nations of Earth joined the Galactic Axis. Quite the name. Oh, you probably don't have that many minerals. Gotcha. Thank you. So, the Galactic Axis, which I'm guessing it's those two. And if we wanted to, what we could do is turn on the Union map mode so these guys are the same color. It's not necessary at the moment. But at least we know clearly who our enemies are. I do feel like perhaps our aggressive diplomacy with these two nations may have caused the Galactic Axis to form. But that's okay. You know, we'll just have to take down the Galactic Axis. Hopefully with assistance from somebody. I do see that the Spelfs down here have enemies that we don't know about. So possibly there's someone down here who we can, you know, buddy up with. And, research. and hit the UN from 2 different sides. I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll have to see. But at least we got this sector blocked off. Like, nobody can get here. And we know that, you know, it's going to be tough to get past the Hyken sector. What with all of the mining drones there. So we should be pretty secure to snag these last 2 planets here without too much of an issue. I hope. 140. Oh god, that's so expensive, and this is taking forever to grow. But that's fine. Once Abyssus is done, you know, we'll have a decent amount, really, of energy. Although there's you know, good enough minerals on that system. Then as we come through, there's plenty of minerals on this system, so that's going to be our next colonization push, obviously. And then here, I mean, it's kind of a jack of all trades. Well, it's not really, is it? If I put the capital city here, then we'll have a boost of food and energy, and that's pretty much it. So we'll probably do that. Even though minerals do seem to be like the limiting factor for human space growth at the moment, you know, we'll get there. And with the mining ships fully rolling, we should be good. Nanocomposite armor, that's fine. Sure, let's get some better build speed. Although, taking a look at you know, how our research is going, we're going to need to start pumping out some research labs as well. Active scans of Obskyki 3 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Bring it up, whatever it is. You do that now. take a little bit of time, but that's okay. Oh, 2 months away. Oh, well, the Sporfs have been given association status. So that's not playing well into our hands. I feel like maybe perhaps I was a little too aggressive with my instant declaration of a rivalry between us. But that's okay. That is quite a fancy suit you got there. And these bugs don't bother with clothes. So I mean, you know, we got reasons to not like these people. I am glad I went and took care of the cultists while I could. I feel like if we had concentrated on getting these up, sure, we would have been able to get the colonies up sooner. But you know, we definitely would have been like, what is going on? 2 frontier outposts like that? You've got 3 frontier outposts, 2 of them right on my border. Which, I mean, you know, go ahead, build up your mining stations. We'll just come through and blow them out of the sky. In a masterful display of engineering, the team under Science Officer Mary Baldwin has managed to gently raise the derelict ship on Obskykeet 3 to the gas giant's upper atmosphere. Despite its age, the ancient cruiser is in remarkably good condition. We have restored power to its systems. Not to mention, we're building up quite the ragtag fugitive fleet, if I can borrow a term from old Battlestar Galactica. And, you know, things are looking pretty good for humanity here. Granted, we did spend a lot of resources on building up ships that wound up getting destroyed. But, you know, with our Marauders hanging out in the back there with our battleship and our new cruiser, and then our relatively okay Prudent class corvettes, we're doing okay. I mean, now we're over our fleet limit, so we're spending a bit more, but that's fine. That fleet limit will come up as Durkheim advances. We're getting the colony going. Relatively shortly, we'll be able to get a spaceport above Durkheim, which is going to be important for defense, and I think we definitely need to worry about defense in this situation. Kind of got our backs to the wall here, but that's fine. No, we'll deal with it. Go check that out. And then I think that's going to be it for galactic exploration, which sucks. Would the Sporfs be at all interested in trading star chart information for a little bit of energy? Okay. Beautiful. What do we now? Not much, and there's not much going on there. They haven't really explored as much as I was hoping they would. I suppose sharing star charts with the UN is also out of the question, which is fine. After all the annoyances between funding the space cultists and pushing their borders right up to Commonwealth territory, I mean, no question at all, they knew putting a frontier outpost in VUM was gonna piss some people off. Not to mention, probably encouraging the idiot space cockroaches here to set up 2 more frontier outposts. Great expense to them. I don't think they're really necessarily in a good situation to be able to afford that. I mean, they've got their 4th colony on the go. They're in a better situation than we are. So maybe I shouldn't talk. Maybe I'm just, you know, so far removed and out of things that I just don't understand what's going on. It's entirely possible. Let's get a Betherian plant rolling there. And then after that, we can just start building up some farms. Because people gotta eat. You can't fight a galactic war without any food. We'll let this grow however it wants to for now. And some more research would probably be a good thing. We're gonna start having people showing up and being like, hey, I got no work to do. Let me do something. And then we'll have to let them do something. And you're working on that. Once we get that taken care of, I think that'll be generally a good spot to leave the episode for today. Right, so the magnetic field of Nimelin 4A experienced a complete reversal, so that was neat. Now, what to do with my scientist? We can't get through there. We can't get through here. So I think it's pretty clear our scientist has nothing to do, which is fine. And just proves my point that we really didn't need to get a second science ship built once we lost the second one over in the Hyken sector, right? Yeah. But anyway, I think this is a good spot to leave the episode for today. So let's go ahead and give her a save. And yeah, thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.